Yo, what's going on, Brutal Nation, man? It's your boy Eric here. I got my brother Jamarcus on, man. And tonight we are back for another great and blessed episode. Stop carrying the heavy bag, man. And this one is gonna be amazing. It came with some implications of things that we talked about earlier in the week between me and my bro, but
yeah.
It's gonna be a great one for everyone, man. And so we're gonna rock and roll with this one. So if you haven't had a chance, man, go check out the last episode. Our brother Will came through and blessed us with such a great word. It's in the shout, man, and your praise and your shout. So much comes out of that, man. And it was just, excuse me, such a great episode, such a great blessing to have Will on, man. And it definitely helped me a whole lot. So if you're out there, like, love, subscribe, share, tune in, hit the bell on YouTube, wherever you're listening to it, share it. All right.
Yeah.
Bro, what we got for the people, man?
Man, what's going on, bro? Talk Nation, man. Hey, like E said, man, it's always good to be here, man. It's always giving glory to God, man, that we are able to do another show, man. Yeah, man. Last week's episode was straight up fire, man. Shout out to Will, who came on and blessed us with some words, man. We're gonna definitely try to get him back on at some point, man. But it was fun, it was cool, just to learn about brothers like being able to praise and shout, and getting authority from praise and worship, man. So it's always a good thing. Tonight, man, I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. Y'all not gonna like tonight, man, because I ain't gonna front with you. I don't like tonight. I'm gonna be 100% real with you, man. This is one of those ones where a God out. We question this one, man. My bad. I'm trying to get my display on the iPad, not to die out on me. But like, yeah, we question God on this one, man. This is one of those topics where we're not 100% fully bought in. We haven't went all in, man. And as you can see from the title, man, it says stop carrying the heavy bag. And like I said, this one's gonna be tough for you, for me. But hopefully, no matter if it's tough or not, man, you get some good news from this, right? Because no matter what your circumstances or situations are, no matter how dark it looks, no matter how cloudy it looks, there is always good news when you're dealing with him, right? Bro, like I got like a couple like verses with this, but like the verse that I did get, bro, was from what you sent us today in the group chat, man. I think you sent us what, First Thessalonians 5:15. Yeah, that's what you sent us today. And it literally read out, see that no one pays back evil for evil, but always try to do good to each other and to all people, right? That's not what we're getting into the story yet, but I wanted to highlight that verse, bro, because I mean, see that no one pays back evil for evil, man. Don't be petty. You know what I'm saying? In the world of pettiness and shade trees, the Bible the Bible lets us know we can't do that. But I'm gonna keep it 100 with it. It's a tough season for me right now, man. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. It's a tough season for me, man. I'm just going through the season of disappointment after disappointment. The Cowboys suck, man. The Cowboys really do suck, man. And it's a tough season for me right now, man. I get on here. Man, no one has tested my faith more than being a Cowboy fan, man. You can't see it, but you hope for it. But for the past 2 seasons, man, we have went 12-5, We have been number 1 in the division, number 2 in the division. But this year, I'm struggling to forgive them for their performance of this year. I am struggling to forgive Jerry Jones
Oh
for
my
not
God.
picking up Derrick Henry at the beginning of the season so that we can have some type of run game, man. I'm being completely honest with y'all right now. I am struggling to forgive them for what they are putting me through. Now, listen, I turn 40 next week. 40, you know what I'm saying? A little shout out. I turn 40 next week, a milestone, right? Man, wifey then surprised me, and she had this plan for a long time, but she did not know what I was going to be struggling with. She has bought tickets to the Cowboys game. My first time ever going to the stadium, the $1 billion stadium. It's supposed to be this amazing time. And I'm struggling on even walking in. I'm struggling on if I should put on my jersey and be a real Cowboy fan because of what we going through, man. And I know I'm joking around, E, but I really feel like unforgiveness is something that we are all struggling with. Unforgiveness is something I know I'm relating to the Cowboys and just having fun with it, but I think there are so many people walking around today's time this heavy bag of unforgiveness, and the journey on that you're on shouldn't be this long. You shouldn't be this winded, and your muscles shouldn't be this aching
Yeah.
from this journey that we're on because we're carrying this heavy bag. We're carrying this heavy weight of unforgiveness. And I wanted to read out Hebrews 12, Hebrews 12 to you that like lets you know it says, therefore, since we are surrounded by such a huge crowd of witnesses to life of faith, let us strip off every weight that slows us down, especially the sin that so easily trips us up. You know what I'm saying? Then 12:3 says, think of all the hostility he endured from sinful people, then you won't become weary and give up. Like, man,
That's good. That's a good word.
yeah, bro. This where we're kicking off at before I dive into Matthew, bro. But I wanted to start right there, bro.
Hey man, I'm gonna not dive into the Cowboys like I usually would because I understand being an Alabama fan this year.
Yeah.
We're not as bad as the Cowboys.
Nah.
But I do understand it. And I know we make light of things, but the scenario,
Yeah.
what bro just gave y'all is a great depiction of how we are with people, how we are with past events that happen in our life.
Yeah.
Most people today's problem started when they were kids. And so some of that bag that you're carrying comes from your childhood.
Yeah.
You are a full adult right now. And you're
Mm.
still carrying a kid's backpack on your back.
Oh, that's good, bro.
Now, I'm gonna give y'all a great image. When the kindergartens, right, they had their little backpacks on their first day of school and you send them off, right? You ever notice how small that backpack is? Right? And so you're this big grown adult with this little bitty backpack on, and it's making you so uncomfortable because it's too little.
Yeah.
Right? So that too little backpack is something that you haven't forgiven your mother for. That too little backpack is something you haven't forgiven your father for.
Yeah.
And it's a sad thing because you can do all the great things for the kingdom of God, and that one thing will keep you out of heaven.
Oh, man, that's tough.
So that's where we at, man. Let's go.
Man, all right, bro. So, bro, I'm gonna go ahead and read out Matthew, so that we can get like the story, and then we're gonna we're gonna diagnose this story, man. We're gonna break this thing down, man, and we're gonna go now. Hey, I'm gonna be real with y'all. It's a couple verses, right? 21 through 34. It's a lot, but stay with me, right? All right, so hey, just a little background. Jesus is up here teaching as he's always doing, putting out their word, and the disciples are there, the Pharisees are there, everybody's around because when Jesus preached, everybody had to show up. So Matthew 18:21, right? It starts off, then Peter came to him and asked, Lord, how often should I forgive someone who sins against me? 7 times. That's what Peter said, right? Jesus said, no, not 7 times, but 70 times 7. Therefore, the kingdom of heaven can be compared to a king who decided to bring his accounts up to date with servants who had borrowed money from him. All right, I think I'm gonna break this one down a little different. I'm gonna stop right there, right? Because I want to go back earlier, and I'm gonna go to my note 1 where it was talking about. Then Peter came to him and asked, Lord, how often should I forgive someone who sins against me? Right? Jesus is teaching. Peter is sitting there, and he like, hold on, I got something on my spirit. I gotta ask this question, right? And it gave me to my point 1, man. We sound like Peter.
Yeah.
This is us at church when the pastor is saying this sermon. You probably just came in from Saturday night fun time at whatever club you walked into, probably still a little hungover, and the preacher is going in on this sermon, and you like, wait a minute, why is this man talking directly to me? I know I'm not the only one who have been sitting at church and you didn't even know what the sermon was, but I'm talking about going in, and you like, I know this man not singling me out. How did he know what my Saturday night was and what I was going to be waking up feeling like Sunday morning? Like you are Peter right now. We are like Peter, right? Because Peter question wasn't that he was trying to inquire. He wasn't trying to inquire no information. Peter asked this question because he's struggling with forgiveness right now. That is all that's about. Peter wasn't trying to inquire no numbers. He wasn't trying to learn nothing. Peter is asking a question because he's struggling. Just like most of us, when we ask questions, we be struggling with something that God has put out, something that we read in the Bible. We then turn to be like, God, what do you mean I'm supposed to give my first 10%? Like, I did the math. My first 10%, that's a lot of money. So like that is us. We question stuff that we're struggling with. So Peter is questioning something that Jesus is putting out right now, right? And forgiveness is just one of those things, right? Like it's one of those things we can't just get over. Like look at Peter. He said, how many times am I supposed to forgive someone? And like different versions, it says brother, right? Back in those days, like brother, like anybody could have been your brother or sister, right? Nowadays, like we give, like, we put people on so much of a pedestal that everybody ain't our brother or sister. We got it broken down to by different things. We got brothers, we got kinfolks, we got our spouse, then we got twinsies. We got all of this stuff now where we done put people on different pedestals. But back in these days, this meant anyone. How many times am I supposed to forgive my brother, right? But like, consider this. What if that question is turned and it's now saying, how many times am I supposed to really forgive my real brother or my real sister? Or like you said earlier, my mother, my father, my spouse, my significant other. How many times am I supposed to forgive these people is what Peter's asking. Now, Peter threw out a high number off the rip. Peter threw out a number that's higher than for some of us. Peter said 7. 7 is already high for a lot of us. 1 time is enough. 2 times, we be like, hey, Bishop J. Cole said, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice. You know what I'm saying? Then he said, fool me 3 times, and there's some words we can't really say in the atmosphere, right? But like it was only 3 times that J. Cole gave, and a lot of us, that's us. Like, bro, like 7? Nah, that's too much. But then look at the number Jesus threw out. Jesus said, No, not 7. Bro, Jesus said 70 times 7.
Mm.
And I think this is a problem for us. Wait a minute. Now, I was okay to hear Peter 7. I would give it, I'll compromise. But
Mhm.
JC, not just 70, you put times 7. Like, that's a big number. That is a lot for us to hold on to. I did the
Mhm.
math, bro. 70
Mhm.
times 70 is 490 times that we are supposed to forgive someone for doing a wrongdoing against us.
Mm.
490. Like,
Yeah.
that is crazy. But why did Jesus say that? Why did
Mhm.
Jesus say 70 times 7? And this is what I got, bro. I had to highlight this one. The reason why he said 70 times 7 is for a lot of us, we got this verse hanging up in the kitchen right now. At your mama house, you done seen this verse. You
Mhm.
probably got it highlighted. It is the verse of love. 1 Corinthians 13:5. Right?
Mhm.
We all know this verse is the love verse, but we tend to forget the most important verse, the most important part of this verse. Verse
Mhm.
5. It's, it says like love is patient, love is kind. But then verse 5 goes to say, it is not irritable, and it does what? It keeps no record of
Mm.
wrongdoing. Now, for the people in the back, I looked this verse up in every type of version of the Bible. Every version. I looked it up in the Amplified, the Message, King James. I looked it up in the Jamarcus version. I looked it up in the Crusades version. I looked it up in every version. And in every version, verse 5 still says it keeps no wrongdoing. So
Mhm.
you know why Jesus, bro, I'm about to turn it over to you. You know why Jesus made this number so high? It's because we're not supposed to keep count.
Mm.
He made it so high so you can lose count. If I gave you $100 and told you to count it out by dollar bills, by singles, it would be less probable of you losing count counting to 100. But if I gave you $200 million and told you you gotta be dollar for dollar, or you
Mm.
not gonna get it, there's more probability of you losing count because the number is so high. That's
Mhm.
why Jesus put out a high number by saying 70 times 7. The reason why
Mm.
I want the number so high is so that you
Mhm.
lose count of how many times that you need to forgive somebody. Because guess
Man.
what? Check this out. Jesus loses count every day on how many times he forgives
Ooh,
us.
that's
He don't
good.
even Jesus don't even need
That's
70
good,
times
bro.
7.
That's
Jesus needs
good,
one
bro.
time, and he wakes up with a refresh and say, hey, I don't even know what
That's
number we on.
good, bro.
We're back. Jesus like Byron McKnight. We back to 1. Let's go, E. Let's go, bro.
Hey, that's so good, bro. The crazy part, bro,
Yeah.
to the 490, that's a day. I need y'all to know that. It's very key and important. Per
Oh
day.
man. Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's good. That even has more
Per
number.
day. That is a lot. I'm gonna be honest. That's a lot. And that's something that I struggle with.
Yeah.
That I have to constantly, take to him uh and continue to give to him.
Yeah.
But one of the key things, man, I think a lot of people, I think y'all don't understand that we are Peter in this story.
Oh, yes, indeed.
See, Peter thought he was slick though.
Oh, yeah.
So Peter thought he was slick. He was like, "Hey, Jesus, I got a question real quick. So you said to forgive, right? So how many times are we supposed to give? 7? See, when Peter threw that number out, Peter was like, "Hey, I got it. 7 is a big number to forgive somebody, right? And so if I get ahead of this thing, it's just gonna double confirm what I want to do,
Yeah.
right?" And so Jesus was like, I see what you tried to do there, Peter. Let me help you out. Your math ain't math, right? If you don't know, Jesus is the master at math, right?
Big time.
Listen, he know how to multiply some things and take a little bit of something and multiply it into a lot of things, right? He told Abraham, look up, I'm going to multiply your family, right?
Yeah.
You can't even count the stars, right? So in this situation, Peter is trying to, you know what I'm saying, get some confirmation to what he wants to do. And I think that is the ground floor of where our unforgiveness is.
Oh, let's go. Let's say that one more time, boss. Say that one more time.
Like the ground floor to our unforgiveness is we want Jesus to confirm what we want to do. Right? We want to forgive, but we don't want to forgive.
I like that.
Like, bro, he just pointed it out to y'all from Corinthians. Like when you love somebody, we supposed to love each other, even the people that do you wrong.
Yeah.
Right? We supposed to forgive because he forgave us. And guess what? You don't supposed to keep a record of it.
Yeah.
But a lot of us are lying to ourselves. Like, man, I ain't keeping no record of that stuff. Okay, well, let me ask you a question. Why do you get triggered when somebody tries to get close to you in relationship? Why do you keep falling back to cheating, sin, porn, whatever it is? Fill in the blank for whatever you deal with. Like, why do you keep going back to that? Why does it trigger you? Right? And so, like, even for me, my biggest bag that I'm carrying is I'm trying and I'm fighting to forgive my son's mother. That is a real thing for me every day that I deal with.
Yeah.
And that bag is heavy. I'm gonna be honest with you, because the flesh doesn't want to forgive, and that's where a lot of us are. We don't want to forgive. But see, Jesus made the number so high, it's so that forgiveness is infinite. A lot of us, I can't even count the 490 times I forgave somebody. I don't know if I made it there yet. That's exactly why he wanted it that way.
Man, that's good, bro.
So that you don't even have to think about it. So that you're gonna have to go to your little black book and be like, all right, I'm on 175.
That's good, bro.
Like, Jesus is so smooth with this thing, man, because unforgiveness will keep you out of the kingdom.
That's good.
I would like to suggest to you that unforgiveness is another side of judgment.
Yeah.
And God already told us that we're not to judge anyone. We are all unclean.
Yeah.
Who are you to judge somebody else for what they did in their life? You're holding that against them. I asked a question on Facebook the other day, and a lot of people gave some great answers, right? I asked, what is the heaviest thing that we carry around that we don't want to let go of? And some people came with grudges, regret, bad relationships, different things of that nature. All that is tied to unforgiveness. The root to your life and where you are and what you're struggling with, what you're dealing with, what you are going through, what you have been through, that you consistently going to God crying about. The root to that is unforgiveness. That is the heaviest bag that you can ever carry. That is hard for you to let go.
Man, that's good.
But Jesus said 70 times 7, forgive. That's hard, because when you think about forgiving somebody, there's some pain tied to it.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, bro. I mean, like you said, man, I love how you did that, man. Like you said, man, there's pain tied to that. And the crazy thing is, if you sit back and you think about it, man, why wouldn't you want to let go of that pain? Like
Man.
it is crazy. I think I said this on a past podcast before. It's like we keep wanting to visit the crime scene. Like we keep wanting to go back. Like if you ever saw a crime show, and I'm pretty sure you have, they tape off the crime, like where the murder or whatever happened, so that no one can get to it. And it's like we just keep lifting up the yellow tape and like, I'm gonna go back. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna continue to go there. And like that's why Jesus is saying, like, man, 70 times 7, so you can lose count of it, so you can like just let go of it. Because you said it perfectly, man. It like the question that you had put on Facebook, all of those people were answering like regret, grudge, all these things, and all those things are tied into forgiveness. They're tied into unforgiveness, right? It's the root of like what is going on. And it's crazy, but like you gotta, like, Jesus gave us so many, and I'm about to read the rest of the parable, but Jesus gave us like so many like times where he made forgiveness. I mean, think about how powerful forgiveness is. Like, we would not be here. We would still be in the shackles of sin if he did not choose to forgive.
Man.
Like, his most powerful message is forgiveness, like grace and mercy. Like, even as he's sitting on the cross with nails in his hands, a thorn on his head, bleeding from being ripped and torn, his words were, Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they do.
Man.
And the Bible said there were some people shooting dice over his clothes right there. Man, come on, bro. I'm like, come on. You know what? I'm sorry. I need to like, I never paid attention to that part in the Bible that they were shooting dice over Jesus's clothes while he's sitting there on the cross, man. Like, bro, like,
man, that's funny.
Yeah, it is.
That's not
man,
funny, but it's funny.
but it's like the display of like Jesus and what it meant to him about forgiveness. Jesus is all forgiveness. That is why he was here, to show forgiveness. Like, I got y'all. So like, bro, like you made it so powerful. But then I love, like you said, man, Peter tried to be slick. He did. And I love how Jesus always, bro, Jesus be so quick with the like, first he hit him with the 70 times 7, but then he said, I know that don't make sense to y'all. I know I'm gonna say that, and that's gonna go in one ear and out the other. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna give you this parable because it seemed like all y'all understand is riddles. That's all I'm gonna give y'all. So then he kept going with the riddle, and he says, therefore, and we picked up off of verse 23. Therefore, the kingdom of heaven can be compared to a king who decided to bring his accounts up to date with servants who had borrowed money from him. In the process, one of his debtors was brought in who owed him. Now, listen to this. He owed him millions of dollars. It don't say one. It says millions of dollars. This is back in the day. We're talking about back in the day. Millions of dollars back in them times was so much money. That was probably too much money. That was a debt that he could not pay for. I need y'all to stay with that number. That was a debt that he probably could never pay off. He could never pay that off in his lifetime. He owed something that he could never pay off, right? He couldn't pay it, so his master ordered that he be sold, along with his wife and children and everything he owned, to pay this debt. But the man fell down before his master and begged him, please be patient with me. I will pay it all. Then his master was filled with pity. His master was filled with love. His master was filled with grace and mercy. And he said, I'm sorry, I lost my spot. But the man fell down, master begged him, and he said, please be patient with me. Then his master was filled with pity for him and released him and forgave his debt. Who does that sound like? A debt that we could not pay off. A debt that was so much that you couldn't pay for it, a debt that you owed that you did not have the money, you did not have what it took to pay off for. What does that sound like? Doesn't that sound like Jesus going to the cross for the millions of us to pay a debt that we know we couldn't owe? Like we all owed a debt that we did not have for it. We was all sold to sin, and Jesus paid off this debt for us. Like, I don't know if you need to recognize that, but in this parable, we are the servant. We are the first servant, right?
Yeah.
Then it goes on, but when the man left the king, he went to a fellow servant. He ran up on somebody, who owed him not millions of dollars, like what he owed, not the same amount of money that he owed. It said that he only owed him $1,000. $1,000, way less of the debt that he was owed.
Man.
Then it said homeboy grabbed him by the throat. Like, hey, he chose straight violence. Bro, where my money at? You've been ducking and dodging. It's time to put these paws on you. So he grabbed him by the throat, bro. Choked him for a little bit. The man fell down. This is the part that got me, E. This is the part that got me. Listen to these words. The other servant fell down before him, did the same actions that he did in front of the king. Begged for a little more time. Now watch this. Pay attention. Be patient with me and I will pay it. I'm going to stop right here. This servant said the same thing that the first servant said to the king. Be patient with me and I will pay it. E, this is my second point. We quickly forget. We quickly forget. This servant just said that owed the king millions of dollars. Said, hey, man, I'm sorry. Be patient with me and I will pay it. And he received grace. Then he walked out, found somebody that's been ducking and dodging with him, put him in a chokehold, bro. And the dude sat down and said the exact same words. Be patient with me and I will pay it.
Yeah.
This servant refused. Nah, I ain't trying to hear that. He refused to hear what this man had to say. Bro, this got me, right? The reason it got me is because in times of crisis, in times of when we're getting hurt, in times when someone has pained us, when something has pained us, do you know they're praying the same thing that you prayed to God or Jesus when you did something that you wasn't supposed to do? The same way you fell on your knees saying, Jesus, forgive me for what I did last night. They're about to pray the same prayer to you when they do something to hurt you. But we don't give the same grace. See, the difference is we answer to our flesh. We answer to our flesh. Jesus doesn't answer to his flesh. Jesus answers out of love, right? And this is where we separate. This is why Jesus was trying to make this parable like something big for everybody to see, bro, because this servant, the first servant, had a chance. He had a chance to do the same thing that the king did for him. Why do you think in the Lord's Prayer it says, forgive them, like in the prayer? Before you even ask for forgiveness, the Lord prayer say, you better forgive those who did transgressions against you before you ask me to forgive you. Because if you asking me to forgive you and you ain't forgave others, I don't know how this gonna work. Jesus is sitting there like, hey, your math ain't mathing. You can't ask me to forgive you, but you still harbor unforgiveness in you. It don't work like that. This is why Jesus is trying to say right now, like, you have the opportunity, but for us, we want to put it in a choke. And what does that choke represent? The choke represents revenge, vengeance. That's what you want to do. He put him in a chokehold because he wanted vengeance. And what does the Lord say to that? Vengeance is mine. Why are you worrying about what he owed you? I just let you go off millions, so you're not in need. You're not in need. I already supplied the need to you. See, oh my gosh, you're still worried about the dollars, and the servant was still worried about the dollars and the need. And Jesus and the king cleared it for him. But when he walked out, he still harbored that. he was still triggered by the dollar amount, like you said. So when he seen your buddy, he said, nah. I'm still remembering the dollar amount. Even though the king said I was good, I don't think I'm good. I think I still owe him. So now I need to go find somebody else who owe me, and I can choke it up out of them, because I am still worried about the need. Like, listen, I don't know what you've been through your life. And right now I'm preaching to myself. I don't know what you've been through in your life. I don't know if it's sexual assault, somebody hurt you, your mom forgot you, dad forgot you, physical abuse, spouse cheated on you. I don't know what it is. But guess what? It ain't going to come back. It's not going to come back. The sexual assault is not going to go away. The abandonment is not going to go away. The cheating is not going to go away. The divorce is not going to go away. It is still there. But God supplied you the need. Jesus supplied you the need. I will never forsake you or leave you.
That's right.
He gave you the need for abandonment. You are wonderfully and marvelously made. I have gave you the need to let you know that you are enough. But we go out to find the one that owes us, and we put it in a chokehold. Bro, we want to go tick for tack. That is us. We want to be petty. We want to go tick for tack. So if you hurt me, now I got to hurt you. Here's a chokehold. And even though you just prayed the same prayer that I prayed, I'm going to refuse it because now my heart is hardened. This servant chose to not hear the same message because he hardened his heart. Like, it's a choice, bro. Oh, let's go eat. Let's go.
That's so good, bro. And it is a choice, man. And I it's if you like, Jesus' stories be so on point. Yeah. We just be reading, but you need to like put yourself in the shoes of the story.
Yeah.
Right. Like the first servant went out of fear and wanted forgiveness, genuinely wanted forgiveness.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because he didn't like the burden of owing the king some money.
Yeah.
Right. Genuine. Like, hey, man, look, if you give me to the first, I got you. Right.
Let me put something on it.
You know what I'm saying? I'll pay something on it. But when it comes to us, just as quick as he forgot what was done to him.
Yeah.
Like our asking God to forgive us is selfish. It's not a genuine place. It's not a genuine place. Like, you're asking God to forgive you for something that you know is wrong because the eyes are on you now.
Oh, that's what it is. There you go, bro.
But here's how great God is. And I need y'all to understand, and I pray this clears it up for a lot of people.
Yeah.
When you go into prayer and ask God for forgiveness, all he's going to do is put you in a position to forgive. See,
man, that's good.
I don't think y'all understand like how simple that is. Your sins were forgiven when Jesus said on the cross, forgive them, Father, they don't know what they do. Your sins, everything in your life was forgiven. Now, when you go into prayer and ask God to forgive me or whatever you've done, he's going to put you in a situation to forgive. He's going to put you in a situation to forgive the people that hurt you.
Yeah.
You want to know why? Because your forgiveness is tied to that person. Your forgiveness is tied to a memory of what that person has done to you. Your forgiveness is tied to what they did to you, how they made you feel. Like, you don't want to let it go because the spotlight ain't on you. You trying to put it, hey, when it's you, now all the attention is on you.
Yeah, that's good, bro.
But when it come back around, Jesus said, okay, I'll forgive you if you forgive them. So what you gonna do? That parable, like the guy literally in an instant forgot what happened to him.
Man, for real.
He forgot. He know what forgiveness is because it was just given to him.
Yeah.
He knows what it looks like. He knows what it feels like. He knows the feeling of when he was forgiven.
Yeah, that's good.
Why don't we want to give that same feeling to someone else? And just to give y'all a public service announcement, when you're forgiving someone, it's literally not for them. It's for you.
Man, that's the good part.
It is you showing obedience to God that, hey, God, you forgave me. You gave me grace. You showed me grace. You gave me another chance. I'll give him another chance. Jesus says 70 times 7. That y'all focus on the number.
Yeah.
But forgiveness is unlimited.
There you go. That's what it is,
like,
bro.
You forgive unlimitedly so that you can feel the fullness of God. Like, if you ever felt a blessing that you've been asking for, you know that feeling, you know how good it feels, right?
Yeah.
But you can't get to that point of life, man. You can't get to that forgiveness because as we continue to read in this story, we're going to see what happens when you don't forgive.
Yeah.
There are consequences behind this thing.
Yes.
Like, I hope you ain't just thinking, well, I'm going to just keep going to God with it. You know, God, he's going, he said come, but hey, man, your test is coming.
Yeah.
You may not like it. So you got to forgive, man. Let's go, bro.
That's so good, bro. And like you said, man, like this second servant, man, he was so impatient and he forgot where he just came from, man. He just,
man,
I love, man, like it's crazy, but like it instantly happened. Like he got forgiven by the king, and the Bible literally says, but when the man left the king, I'm talking about this had to be instant. This was instant. It wasn't a week later, not a month later. It's talking about like soon as he walked out, homeboy was on the hunt. Like, bro, who owed me the money? I gotta find him. Like, I gotta find him. And the first person he ran up on, he choked him, heart hardened. I'm not hearing you. And then he threw the man in jail because he couldn't be patient. And this is another version of us. We can't be patient when we're forgiven. Because you said it, it's all about us. Like, we pray for patience, but then we don't want to be patient. You got to understand, when you pray for something, God is going to put you in place for it. He don't give you patience. He gives you an opportunity to be patient. That's how God works. That is how he works.
Every time.
Hey, God, I'm praying for patience. I'm praying for a soft heart. God, I'm just praying for this. Boom. Spouse does something crazy. Nope, done. Whatever. And then you go back to God and be like, God, like, I'm steady praying for patience. And God's like, man, I'm giving you opportunities to be. Like, I gave you opportunity when your coworker like ate your food with your name on it and you cursed out. Like, I don't know what you want to do. I'm giving you, he gives us opportunities to do what we're praying for. Man. And this man prayed to the king, be patient with me.
Yeah.
And what did the king do? He gave him an opportunity for patience. As soon as he left out, somebody else prayed to him for patience. They gave him an opportunity and it did not happen, right? So, like, it's so important. It's so important to realize that one. And then he threw the man in jail. He threw him in prison. And this is for us that keep people that we're supposed to forgive. We never give them a chance to really be forgiven. We constantly bring it up over and over and over again. We constantly throw it in their face. We constantly make them feel like they're supposed to be here. And hey, let me keep it 100 with you. I don't know. Is it right? I don't know because I've done it. I don't know if it is, but I do know that is something that Jesus doesn't do. It is something that is only our flesh does. Jesus, in any time in this Bible, has never thrown it back. When Peter denied him, even though Jesus said, "You are going to deny me," Jesus didn't come back after he went up to heaven and was like, "Peter, I told you so." He didn't bring that up again.
Man, that's so good, bro.
Like, and this is what it is, bro. And I want to finish this off, right? And then we're going to keep going. It says then 31, when some of the other servants saw this, like saw him choking and threw the man in prison, they were upset. They went back to the king, the one that let the first servant go, right? And they told him everything that happened. Hey, pause. Right here is accountability. Right here is when you got good people. I know most of y'all gonna look at this and be like, "Oh, they snitched." In the journey with Christ, you do not let your brothers and sisters fail. See, most of the times when you get that phone call, "Hey, girl, he done did it again." Oh, girl, go do you. That's most of y'all. Hey, bro, I don't know about this marriage, dog. Like, I don't think I'm meant for this. But hey, bro, go do what you do. Like, that's most of us. Most of us don't give accountability. Most of us don't go to the Father and be like, "Hey, God, I want to come to you right now because my sister just called me with some information and I don't want her to go out of herself. I don't want her to go choke and make her heart harden. What I want to do is come to you right now and pray that she forgives." This is accountability, what the other people did, right? And then, bro, it says 32, the king got wind. He said, he called him back in. "Hey, servant, come back in." He had forgiven and said, "You evil." Oh, that's bad when the king "You evil servant. I forgave you that tremendous." Man, you know it's bad when he started using big words. He could have been like, "Hey, I forgave you for that debt." He said, "Nah, tremendous debt. Because you pleaded with me. Shouldn't you have mercy on your fellow servant just as I have mercy on you?" Then the angry king sent the man to prison to be tortured until he paid his entire debt. Let me help y'all out right now with the last and final note, bro.
That's good.
Unforgiveness leads to imprisonment. Oh, let me say that again. Let me say that again. Unforgiveness leads to imprisonment. That is what happens, E, when you were talking about it earlier. When you harbor this unforgiveness, you go behind bars. That's what happens. You are tortured. Listen, the things that happened to me when I was little, I never forgave anybody for it, and I lived a life of torture. I was never happy. I never experienced full enjoyment. I never knew what it meant to be because I kept that unforgiveness and I harbored it. So I became a prisoner of what? Of unforgiveness. I became a prisoner of what? Regret. I became a prisoner of shame, of anger, of wrath. All it does is throw you behind the bars and your freedom is taken away. Let me make it very simple for you. You don't have freedom no more. That is what happens when you do not give someone forgiveness. Forgiveness has nothing to do on the other person. Nothing at all. See, let me help y'all out. In the beginning of this, it said the king, like forgiving somebody, is like the kingdom of heaven compared to a king that's in the kingdom of heaven. You out here trying to get forgiveness for people that's not even close to God, and you think they about to come back to you and say, "I'm sorry." Jesus was trying to teach us early, right then and there. If they not even near the kingdom of heaven, don't even look for a sorry. The forgiveness is not for you. It's not for them. It is for you. It is so that you can be free. That is plain and simple. When you harbor it, you're going to be imprisoned by it. That is what it's all about. That's why I said earlier, the abandoned, it's not going nowhere. It's not coming back. It's not coming back. It is gone.
That's so good, bro.
It's gone. But I'm asking you, I'm trying to get you to understand, are you trying to be tortured for the rest of your life for something that happened to you when there is an opportunity for you to get out of it. Jesus is saying right now, I'm showing y'all an opportunity to not even go through the torture, to not even experience the imprisonment. All it takes is for you to do the same thing I did for you. Have mercy and be patient when someone does you wrong. Because watch this. It ain't about the people that's done you wrong the most. I'm telling you right now, the person that has done you wrong more than anybody that you see every day, take a good look in the mirror, because we hurt ourselves more than anybody else that's walking this earth. How many times have you told yourself that you're not good enough? How many times you told yourself that I don't deserve happiness? I don't deserve this job. How many times have you stolen your own innocence by going to do something that you know you wasn't supposed to do? You hurt yourself more than anybody. So at the end of the day, the person that's going to put you in imprisonment before your spouse, before your mother, your father, and all of that is you. Because sometimes we don't heal the holes in our own souls that we hurt. We shoot ourselves more than anybody. Bro, let's go, dog. Let's go.
That is crazy.
Let's go, bro.
Hey, that was good, man. That was good. But that's true. That's so true, man. Like I don't know how you can live a full life and you still getting reminded of pain. It's like you let a scab heal and then you peel it back off.
Oh, wait, man, that's like right there in y'all face. Like that makes sense.
Like, I don't know if y'all, I'm a country dude, you know what I'm saying? When we were kids playing outside, sometimes you'll fall and scrape your knee and get a strawberry. If you don't know what that is when all that meat come off and there's one little spot, it turns white and then it go red like a strawberry.
Yeah.
Right? So you got your strawberry. When that water hit it, man. Woo!
It's another feeling.
Worst pain ever, right? And you know what I'm saying? The first few days you get in the shower, it burns. And then at some point in that week, you don't feel it no more.
Yeah.
To the point that you forget about it. But if we want to get to that healing point. But for some of us, we're going right back out there. And we're literally putting that knee down first and making sure that we get another strawberry on our knee to reopen the wound.
That's good, bro.
We are purposeful in our own pain.
Yeah. Oh, I hear that.
You are purposeful in your own bondage.
Yeah, I hear that.
Like,
man,
I'm going to give it to you like this. You need to forgive people because they are already going to continue to live their life and not care whether you forgive them or not.
Oh my gosh. Nah, bro. Say that one more time, dog. Say that one more time.
Like, you need to forgive people because they are going to continue to live their life. And they're not going to think for 1 second about whether you forgave them or not. Hey, if you're waiting on a I'm sorry, you're never going to live a full life.
Yeah.
That day will never come. Sorry. There's your sorry. I'm sorry that day is never going to come for you. There's never going to be enough words for someone to apologize for hurting you the most in your life. There are no words that can replace that pain. I'm sorry.
That cuts deep. Man, that's good, bro.
If your spouse cheated on you, hey, it happened. And these are conversations we need to have with each other because, like, we amplify each other's pain to the point that we don't help each other forgive.
Yeah.
Right? Just like the example you gave, bro, earlier, it was like, hey, man, I ain't feeling this marriage right now. Hey, bro, let's hit the club. That's not, the wife she may have done something to make you feel that way, but God tells us to forgive 7 times 7.
Yeah.
For the husbands out there, God said, love your wife as God, Jesus loved the church, as God loved the church.
Yeah.
Public service announcement. The church is going to hurt you at some point in time.
Hey, let's talk about it. Let's go, bro. Oh my God.
Hey,
I
guess
ain't
what?
never got that before.
Hey,
Never.
guess what? I'm gonna break it plain for you. Who's the church that's hurting God? Us.
Man, I ain't never got that till today. Gee whiz.
So,
That's good.
so we have to forgive and release. Like, you have to release that. You cannot live free in God and still have unforgiveness in your heart. That is a double negative. That is I don't even know another word to put with it. That's stupid. I'm just saying, that's a stupid way to live, man.
Yeah.
But we have to understand, man, like, you're not gonna get the I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Guess what? Jesus already showed us he's not even looking for I'm sorry. You want to know how he knows you're sorry? Live the life that he told you and instructed us and showed us by example how to live.
Man,
there's your sorry.
Let's go.
There's your sorry, guys. If you didn't know. But those people, you are putting your own self in bondage. They are never, and I mean never, for all the people that have hurt me in my life, I've never heard of I'm sorry. Man. But when I forgave them, and for me, I found freedom. I was able to marry again because I gave up because of the pain that I felt from my ex-wife. Like I told y'all earlier, my biggest unforgiveness right now is trying to forgive my son's mother. God blessed me with twins.
Man.
See, in the midst of your unforgiveness, you are blocking your restoration.
Yeah.
God forgave us, therefore we have life now. What? You can't have life when you're living in bondage. People in prison don't have life. They got life sentences.
Yeah.
Because that's what you're setting up for yourself by not forgiving and waiting on I'm sorry. But they don't have life. They can't walk around and be free. They can't. See, you're more sorry for those people in prison than you are for your own self looking in the mirror in bondage in your own mind and your heart.
That's good.
So we have to, man, listen, the sorry is not coming. I'm sorry that is not coming. There's your sorry. Now go and forgive those people for yourself so that now you can be an example to your fellow brother and sister to help them break the bondages and change they have on themselves. Because, man, listen, we're all called to give our testimonies, to spread the good news. How can you spread good news and you have unforgiveness in your heart?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Bro, hey, man, powerful words, bro. Like, for real. I am still stuck on, I love like teaching, man. Like, we sitting here and we talking about unforgiveness, and I love being taught, man. And you just, oh my God, Jesus, love your wife how Jesus loved the church, and the church will hurt you. Like, but man, that is so good, bro, because it's so practical. Like it, you're gonna get hurt. There is no way to walk this earth and feel like you're not gonna get hurt. Like, we're gonna get hurt, but it's what we do with the hurt. It's what we do after the hurt, and it's to not harbor on the unforgiveness, man. And I gotta be like hot, open, and like transparent right now. I know I was talking about the Cowboys earlier and just, the struggle, but I'm not gonna lie to you, man. This season I'm turning 40, and it's a milestone to the greatest milestones that I'm able. So thankful God has let me live this long and like so much, done so much, been forgiven for so much. But I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. Like, my dad is gone, and I cannot. It did not hit me till now. Like, I never got the chance to fully forgive my father for the things that he's done. And you want to talk about torture? It's torture because I'd rather hear him do me wrong than not hear him at all.
Mm.
And I don't even know if that makes sense. I
Yeah.
don't even know if it makes sense because it does not make
Yeah.
sense to me. I'd rather hear him on the phone asking for me for money, knowing he about to go spend it somewhere he's not supposed to, than not hear him at all. And right now, I did not get the chance to say, hey, man, I forgive you. I didn't get to verbally say that. I didn't get to verbally hear that. That I did, man. I'm telling you, this verse took me out because this is the imprisonment that God talks about. This is the imprisonment that Jesus talked about. If you stay with that harboring of not forgiving in a situation, in this circumstance, even though you've been through pain and you focus on the need, you're not gonna be free.
Yeah.
Because I was focused on the need. I was focused on the need of having a father when Jesus said, God said, I'm all the father you need. And if you just accept me, if you just take me in and realize that, then you can forgive your earthly father. You can. It's gonna be that easy. So, like, I man, bro, I'm telling you, like, it is an important in the season of hurt and pain when someone hurts you and when someone gives you inflict something on you. I know it sucks. I know it's bad. It hurts because like God made us in the flesh. It hurts. I mean, even God came down and made himself in human form. And the Bible told us that Jesus wept at a time. Like Jesus knows pain. Do not think that he was all power and he did not know pain. He cried for us. Like he went through pain. He knew what it felt like. And he knew the bigger picture. He knew that if I just take all of this pain, these people spitting on me, throwing rocks at me, shaming me right now. If I live in this imprisonment, there gonna be so many souls that ain't free. So I gotta get on this cross. I gotta be the servant that says, hey, this debt that they owe millions for, I can pay it off. Hey, I gotta get out of I can't harbor it. I want to, trust me, I do. I went to the prayer for it in the garden. I cried about it. I did it. It was his will. It is God's will. Let God do what he needs to do in those other people. That's for him to do. You pray for it and you let God do it. You go through your time, but at the end of the day, at the end of the night, before you lay your head down, you got to let that unforgiveness go. And then when you wake up in the morning, you got to pray that unforgiveness is still gone. This is a battle that you're going to have to battle with every single day. That's why it's in the Lord's Prayer. And that's why it says we should be praying the Lord's Prayer daily. That's why it ain't enough for daily bread. This got to go on for months. Forgive them for their transgressions as, hey, God, I need yours too. Like, this is a transaction that has to happen, bro. And man, I just, man, yeah, like this parable got me, bro, because this is a heavy bag that we all carry around, man. I know we went into overtime, but this is a heavy bag that we all carry, man. And I'm sick and tired of carrying this bag.
Man, for real,
I'm
bro.
sick and tired of carrying this bag. My journey should not be this long. I should not be this winded going up you already going up mountains. Why make the journey harder?
Man.
That's all I got, bro.
Hey, 70 times 7. I want y'all to remember that. Every time you think about that pain, every time that you're sitting there and you're waiting on a I'm sorry, just forgive them. Count it out if you need to. I guarantee you by the time, if you make it to 490, remember that's a day. So when you wake, so tonight you need to hit 490. When you wake up in the morning, you need to start on your next 490. That's a day. God is so smooth with it, because by the time you get to 490, it's going to become so natural for you to forgive. It's a habit now.
Mm-hmm.
Make forgiveness a habit. See, a lot of people would say that you're weak for forgiving somebody because, like, even Jesus said it in the scripture, if they hit you on one cheek, turn and give them the other one. A lot of us can't do that because we holding on. It's going to, for men, it's going to affect your manhood.
Yeah, that's true.
It makes you feel weak.
Yeah.
See, we tie unforgiveness to weakness.
That's good, bro. That's true.
But unforgiveness is the biggest weight you can ever carry to make you strong. Forgive your dad. Forgive your mom. Forgive your spouse. Forgive your brother, your sister, whoever it may be. Forgive your baby mama. Because those sorries are not going to come. But the freedom is there. God's grace is, he's giving you grace every day. If you wake up, you got grace.
Yeah.
So why not give them grace?
That's
Guess
good.
what? If they continue to do you wrong, they have to answer for that. You don't. Listen, I got a lot of things that I got to account for when I get to them gates. Unforgiveness, I'm not trying to make it one of them.
Nah, cross it off the list.
If whoever does me wrong, God bless you. I forgive you. Because if I continue to fester and lay in this pain and this hurt and this revenge and this wrath that I feel, I'm never getting in them gates.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to allow you to block my blessing, man.
Yeah. That's
so
good.
Put the bag down and get moving. That's all I can say.
That's good.
This was a great one, bro.
It was, man. It was, bro.
It got a little serious, but
yeah.
Hey, man. We're praying for them Cowboys, not really. My Ravens blew their Browns. I'm straight over here.
Must be nice.
You know, it is. But hey, man, please go back and watch this one. Please go back and share it, man. This one, this wasn't that feel good one, and it wasn't supposed to make you feel good. All right. Again, stop looking for the sorry. It's not coming. God already forgave you, so forgive them. And the release of that is your sorry. That's the feeling of the sorry. That is the feeling that you're gonna have when you release it and forgive them for you.
Yeah.
All right. So I got nothing, bro.
Me either, bro.
Hey, man, this was a great one. Go back, like, love, share, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one, man. Be blessed.
Yeah.